Hi, I'm Maggie from MAGGIE'S and I'm here with all these scarves that I have arm knitted, and I've had a little bit of help with this. At this point, I've arm knitted an afghan, and then I've arm knitted all of these scarves in various yarns. So by doing this many projects, I've learned a lot of tips that will help you to be a better arm knitter. And some of the tips include how to use multiple strands like I did here. This is using everything from like zero weight to City Life ladder yarn and then a worsted weight yarn mixed together. And then there's tips in how to measure your yarn, how to mix and match colors and dye lots and your gauge, and using the beginning and the end of a ball to create 2 strands, or create like even 4 strands out of 1 skein of yarn. Adding yarn, what to do if you need to take it off your arm, what if you wanted to bind off on an opposite arm. I'd show you how to do that. So I am madly in love with arm knitting, and I used to knit when I was very young, and I was pretty good at it actually. I wouldn't even know how to do what I used to do when I was young. But anyway, I just love this. I just think it's a lot of fun, and I've been teaching my friends also. And I love teaching people because I can slow the whole process down and see where they struggle, and then I can create good tips for you, and that's what I want to share in this video series. So this is Lion Brand Homespun. This is Starbella. This is Starbella Flash. This is Deborah Norville Serenity Chunky Yarn. This is a mix of Premier Yarn, City Life, Eversoft, and Enchant Yarn. This is actually a 12-foot scarf that I made using 3 strands of Deborah Norville Serenity Chunky in chocolate. But all of these are in separate videos, and this is just to introduce all of the tips that I have for you. And then this afghan was done in Deborah Norville Serenity Chunky also. So anyway, let's get started on your tips, and make sure that you watch all of them. There's probably going to be about 20 at least 20 tips in this series. And I want to thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, just write them below, and the links to all the videos and everything will be listed below. Thank you. So in this tip for arm knitting, I'm going to show you how to measure off your long tail for the long tail cast on. So you need to measure off this amount of yarn, and this long tail is the yarn that's used to create the initial stitches when you're arm knitting. So it's typically it's about 3 yards long for a scarf, and usually every yard is good for 3 stitches that you're going to cast on. So let's say you want to cast on 9 stitches, then you're going to need 3 yards to be super safe for your long tail. And when you do an afghan, it's more like 30 stitches on your arm. So that would be about 10 yards, if I can do the math right in my head. Yes, that's 10 yards. So anyway, a super simple way to measure your long tail. You could use a yardstick, you could use a tape measure, but the way I learned a long time ago was to just take the yarn and stretch it all the way out, and then from your nose, from the tip of your nose to the end of your hand is usually about a yard. And if you want to confirm this, even though it doesn't have to be an exact measurement, but if you really want to confirm it, just take your tape measure and stretch it out and just see what measurement that you get. And then you'll know from now on, maybe you could have it just a little looser or whatever. But usually, typically, it's like 1 yard from here to here. So that's my tip for that one. So make sure you watch all the tips. There's at least 20 in the series, and the links to everything are below, and leave comments and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Definitely done with the long tail right now, because there's only groups of 4 on my arm right now. Doesn't that look beautiful, those shades of blue? Down, or something happens where you drop it, you don't want all your stitches to unravel. So for the next group, you skip that one.